How's it going? Decided to do another YouTube video for fun. This time talking about the Unquiet Hands Pavilion that I got here. I will talk about this pouch at some point, but I'm going to carry it a little bit longer before I do like a review or anything on it, but we'll just leave it over there because it looks pretty. So the Unquiet Hands Pavilion. This piece, to be honest, I didn't love when I first bought it, and that's mainly because of some things that I did that really messed up the experience. So when I first got it, it had a patina on it. I wanted to patina it myself, so I took it apart. I used a Dremel with a cotton bit, and also I put oil in the bearing, and it just was not spinning really well at all. Luckily, I reached out to the Unquiet Hands Facebook group community, and they were awesome. I didn't get roasted too bad, and I got a lot of helpful tips, and basically what to do and what not to do as a noob, kind of in the spinner world. So it was super cool to get that type of response. That's one of the things I love about buying these gadgets and spinners and sliders that are made by small teams of people, or even just one or two people. You really get a different level of support than you get with commercially available products. So while these are hard to get, it's worth it in my opinion. So after I sorted out those issues, the piece really started to grow on me. Let's talk kind of a little bit about the design of the piece. So essentially it's just a big chunky bar spinner. It weighs, got the new skizzy, might as well utilize it. It weighs about 84 grams or about 3 ounces. So definitely chunky, especially compared to some of the other spinners that I have. Not the heaviest though, but it's made out of solid copper. I've got this Mokume button on here right now, which isn't standard. It came with the button that's up there, but I really like the look of this. Probably gonna end up keeping it on there because it looks so good. But so the design is a bar spinner. You've got some of these cutouts here. You've got these ridges on the side. You've got these corners. Really like the corners because even though it looks like you might not be able to get a great spin on it, you really can get like a pretty sick pull on it. If you just kind of pull one of those corners, you can really get this thing humming. I can't flick it too well, as I mentioned in a different video. It'll still spin, it still does its job and everything. It's just with the design of the bar, it's kind of hard to get like a really good, powerful flick. But not every spinner is meant to be able to flick that way, so not a problem. So I can take off the button, kind of show what the inside looks like. So you just basically got your hunk of copper, and you got your bearing in the middle. This is the OG button that it came with that I can throw on there. And the cool thing about this button, I feel like, is I like how it's I like how it obviously integrates with the piece since it was made for it, and it's nice and wide. I got those big mitts, as I mentioned in my channel name, and them sausage fingers, so it's hard with buttons that are smaller for me to really get a good spin and be able to balance it on my finger. So I like this button because it has a lot of real estate space on it. So as far as likes and dislikes, not a ton really that I dislike about it. At first I didn't know if I was going to keep it or not, but after having it for about a month now, I'm definitely hanging on to it. And just to talk about kind of how hard Unquiet Hands spinners are to get. So right now they're making these really cool clickers, which I hope to get my hands on at some point. I want to get a titanium one with the big buttons. But they're making clickers right now, and if you ever see an Unquiet Hands spinner listed in a group, it usually is gone almost immediately. I think the only reason I was able to score this one is because I responded to the guy's post within the first 30 minutes of him posting it, so kind of got lucky with that. And even a few people asked me, would I want to sell it to them, so pretty stoked to have it. Unquiet Hands, really cool community. Definitely recommend jumping on their Facebook group and seeing what's going on in there if you're interested in any of this stuff. But that's how I got it. It's basically a person off of the Facebook group. So I think that's pretty much it. Pretty simple design, really cool spinner. I'm happy I got it and hope to be able to acquire more stuff from Unquiet Hands. That's it. Thanks.